What's up, everybody? This is Dirk Verburen from Megadeth, and you are listening to the Thomas Eriksen podcast.
And welcome back to the Thomas Eriksen podcast. My name is Thomas Eriksen, and some of you know me as the creator and main creative force behind the Norwegian black metal band Mork. This is my podcast. Been going strong since the beginning of COVID, actually. Of Norway, anyways. March last year. It's been a fun journey this far. Had plenty of interesting and very great guests on my episodes from the Norwegian black metal scene, if we can call it that. Well-known and respected artists on there. And this week is actually part 2 of the most recent one, which was with the very great Apollyon of Noir, amongst others. Since it's been broken down to 2 parts, is basically because we had such a good fucking time that when I checked the counter, the clock thing on the recording gear here during our conversation, and when we were about to wrap up, it was 4 hours and 10 minutes or something. So that tells you a lot. And I broke it down to 2 episodes, 2 hours each. And finally, now we're back with the second and last part of this fascinating interview. Good times, a lot of beers, and we were actually vi var flinke gutter, as we say in Norwegian. We were good. We actually emptied a bottle of Fernet Branca. Woo, boy. But anywho, some news before the conversation kicks off here. It's a big day to come. I suppose that will be tomorrow. Yes, Friday the 5th of March will see the release of Mork's 5th full-length album, Cathedral. It will see the light of day out of the darkness via Peaceville Records, who has released all of my albums to date. It's an honor to be working with those guys. Classic and legendary and respected label. The reviews and articles regarding the new album are rolling in, and I'm shoving them out there on the socials, and they've been favorable, every single one up to now, so thank you very much. It's not like the critics are the most important thing, but when they are on your side, it's of course a good thing, so thank you. The most important thing here is basically that I am pleased with what I have done, and I am. I'm happy to release this, as this has been something I've been brewing for quite some time now. It's a relief that it's finished, and it's soon to be spread upon all of you. And of course, it's also important that you, the Mork listener, or perhaps the new listener of the band out there, also can enjoy it. I don't know if enjoy is a good, too good of a word, since it's black metal, but that you are able to lose yourself inside it somehow. Thank you so much to the people who has been pre-ordering the album, both vinyl, CD, and also picked up the t-shirt along the way. Sadly, due to COVID and a lot of postal issues, the actual physical vinyls and CDs have yet to arrive at the warehouse here. So none of you will have the album on release day. but that is nothing I can do anything about, basically. As soon as they arrive here, I will sit down, I will put in the time, and I will number each and every one of the ones who are supposed to be numbered, and we will handle all the orders. The sendouts will happen chronological. So the first pre-order that came into the web shop back when will get the earliest numbers and copies. So it's all fair game, and I can't thank you enough for pre-ordering and for the interest that you have been showing and the support. So it's been a strange year, as you all know. I suppose all of you have been victims of this, and obviously we all are. But you still have been hanging in there and supporting the music that you enjoy. So thanks again. Another thing that's important to keep you updated on is that the day after tomorrow, Saturday, the 6th of March, Mork was supposed to host a release concert at the Rockefeller Music Hall in Oslo, but due to the restrictions and COVID lockdowns and stuff, it has been moved to May. I think it was the 14th of May. But, however, we have pulled some threads here and we put together a live streaming concert that you will be able to view globally. So it doesn't matter where you are, as long as you have an internet connection, you can tune into the concert live. And please do, and we can celebrate this fucking beast of an album together. And all the info on that can be found on the socials, especially Facebook has an event for the Mork live stream. To be a bit more precise, go to YouTube and search for Mork live streaming Black Mass, and that is the link. It all will happen. It's scheduled to be held at 21:00, so 9 p.m. Central European Time, but please check back and see if that changes. It's free of charge, no ticket prices or anything like that. However, you will be able to donate to the band and to the crew and to the good people that are helping us putting this together. So if you are willing to donate a few bucks here and there, that will be much appreciated. And that's basically it. We will get to celebrate it together. Looking forward to that. Some news. I have actually, I don't know, I'm not becoming Gene Simmons or anything, but I think it's cool to try out new endeavors. And these things aren't finalized yet. It's not available yet, but I can tell you that there will be a Mork coffee. There will be a new Mork beer. And there's also talks about a Mork hot sauce. Believe it or not. And a couple of these things are really close to finishing the finishing line. So you will be hearing about those pretty soon, I suppose. And yep, that's about it. Let's get back into my conversation with Apollyon of Noir and finish this beast of a conversation off once and for all. Enjoy! But, man, did much stuff happen before you recorded the first album?
Happen like what?
Any big events, or should we just jump into the first album being recorded and released?
Black Thrash Attack.
Yes.
Yes, because the first is a mini, I guess. Actually, we went to record the first album at Nis. Also.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The sound technician school.
Yes.
Because Maniac, the Mayhem vocalist, was working there.
Sven Erik, yes.
Sven Erik, and So he took us in, and we recorded. I don't know if it was all the songs from Black Thrash Attack or like 6, 7 of them or something. But yeah, we recorded them. We recorded all the songs at Nis, his place first. But something, yeah, I don't know. The sound wasn't all that great, so we decided to re-record it. I guess there's one song from that recording out. That's a song with the Fenris on vocals. I can't remember.
Is it Mirage?
No, it's some other song that was released on a Hot Records compilation. Hot Records, that's where I won my gift certificates. No, what did you call them? Gift cards?
Yes.
When I was doing the replies for the radio show back in the day.
Yeah.
So after a while, Hot Records, Gorgoroth from Dimmerborger started working there. And because they opened up a basement that was like
what did you call him earlier?
Black metal, Skagerrak. It's like the bit of sea between Denmark and Norway.
Yep.
But he's always been a fan, and he actually signed us for our first mini CD, Skagerrak, on that Hot Records label, because he's always been very into writing everywhere and a hardworking person. So he signed us to Hot Records and released our first mini CD.
Cool.
And then like I said, we tried recording the Black Thrash Attack at Maniac's place, but not crazy about the sound. And maybe, I don't know, it was just good for us to record it one more time, I guess. So we went to this Stovner Rockefabrik.
Yeah.
Where we recorded the first album, and Dødheimska recorded their first 3, and Vebuns N recorded, and all that stuff. So with Rune, I don't even remember if he was in the band when we tried recording it for the first time, the Black Thrash Attack. Maybe not, I think. Maybe if
only a duo.
Yeah, I think so. But yeah, on Black Thrash Attack, he came. He was in the band already, and recording, and we had been playing some of the songs live, I guess, from before, and he did a good job. I think there's only one guitar on Carmichael's songs or Aggressor, but on my songs there's both my guitar and his. So I play guitar, bass, and sing on my own songs, and he plays guitar.
Yeah.
So that's it. And we released it through Malicious Recording. That was
what is that? Where is that
German label?
Yeah.
They had released Dødheimska from before, so we kind of knew the guy. But there was at the end, I don't know the whole story, but it went bankrupt and he disappeared, and people hated him and all that. I think his contracts were probably too good for him, or not too good in the end.
Oh yeah.
So he wasn't able to pay the bands at all.
Oh man.
So that sucked, and that kind of stuck with us for the rest of our career, basically.
How?
No, just record labels that suck.
Oh really?
Don't. Yeah. So the only record label we had that would pay us our royalties is Peaceville. We never actually released anything on Peaceful apart from the Tyrant Syndicate stuff that the under label that
Gylve and Ted's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they bought, like Peaceful bought our back catalog, and they're releasing our first albums these days. And
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
yeah, and even with the fun versions, because also with Deep Tracts of Hell, our is that second album full length, we made like a recording before, I don't know, 5 songs. I think that one's on some of those Peaceful versions, the re-releases.
That's like a bonus thing.
I think maybe the first is it. Yeah, probably on Dreams Like Deserts. It's on there, I think.
Huh.
Some bonus shit, but it's not it's not easy because we are definitely not businessmen. Me,
who are?
Me and Carmichael. Yeah, we just
who is
love the music, and you get fucked.
We get fucked from
all angles,
toe to head, head to toe.
You just trust people, and when you shouldn't.
That's true.
So I mean, you can just look at all the labels we have been releasing on, and I can tell you the only label that has never been ripping us off is Peaceville, and the rest are all just scumbags.
That makes me feel quite good because I'm on Peaceville.
Oh yeah, nettopp.
Yes.
Because you get every 2 times a year they just hand you whatever
the statements.
Yeah, the statements.
Yes.
With other labels. Even the one we're on currently, they don't even give you the statements. And if you ask for them, if you ask for the statements, they just tell you, no, you owe us money. But we recorded the album ourselves, and I mixed the album, and the only expenses you had was the
printing,
the printing and the $200 I paid for the mastering, and that you paid me after 4 months.
Dude, what label is this?
It's Indie Recordings. And we're not the only ones who had troubles with them, but I mean, fucking stay away, man. We spent, I don't know how little we spent recording, but they claim we owe them loads and loads of money, and like I said, we recorded ourselves, and I mixed the album, and so we just basically had no fucking expenses.
The word goes around about those guys.
It does.
Yep.
It's a shame.
But I think that will also become their downfall.
I hope, because what they're doing right now is fucked up. We had one payment, like the first payment, probably just to show off or whatever, and then after that is only, no, you owe us because our Facebook guy he charged. I don't know. They have all these whatever silly things going on. If you ask them for a statement, it's just like, Facebook updates, $500. And, I don't even know, I don't want to know. I just know that it fucking sucks. And
that doesn't sound good, man. You need to clean that up.
Yeah. So, but I mean, we released the last album, but because of that, and we had these troubles all the time, so it doesn't really. That's probably why we did the Cadaver thing, me and Carmichael too, because we had problems with the label and they would not pay us anything. We still had contract for one more album, stuff like that, and you don't want to. The Hammerheart Records that we released, the second and third album, was the same thing.
Yeah.
It was just total rip-off. So, and it's not very inspiring, as a musician, to know that you're releasing this album, but you will never see anything, no money.
It's bad.
And if you're not doing it for the money, it's annoying to know that some
Nobody
jerk-off is actually earning money.
You should get what you are, what is rightfully yours.
Yeah, at least what you signed up for.
Fuck, that sucks. I'm sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah. So, but yeah, Peaceville.
Yes.
So, might not be the biggest label, but you know, at least it's honest stuff, and you always get your statements. And
But are you stuck to indie?
no, we just had a contract for these
One
albums. No, two. I think.
2 albums.
So yeah, that's it.
So you're free now, basically.
Yeah, we just owe them. I don't
Money.
That's what Carmichael told me, that they had told him that you actually owe us. But how can that be?
It sounds
We have
very
We
strange.
have recorded both of the albums we have recorded ourselves and spent like no money. No, there's advertisements on female magazines in Greece. But okay, how can we check that? I don't know.
Does not make
verify,
sense.
please.
Does not make sense.
No.
Let's talk more about when you shot off there from the ground. You released a mini and an album.
Mm.
When did you start touring?
My first tour was in. I was a stand-in for Olav, my bandmate that I've been talking about, because he played bass in that Inferno band. They were on Hervé's label. What's that again? With so the tour was Inferno and Absu and Enslaved.
Oh.
In '97. So yeah, that was my first ever tour. First tour with Noir was with Aeternus from Bergen.
Yeah.
And Nocturnal Breed. We were all on the same rip-off Hammerheart label.
Yeah.
But it was a fun tour, as far as I can remember.
By car, by van,
No,
by
it
bus?
was by bus. Actually, yeah, we had the proper nightliner and all
Yeah,
that.
from the get-go?
Mm.
You never toured in like a car or a van?
I toured cars afterwards.
Okay, yeah. That
But
sucks.
yeah, in the beginning it was all a luxury or
I haven't
at
been
least-
on a nightliner yet.
No?
The thing is, I'm not going to make this the Thomas show, but last year when COVID came, Mork were supposed to go on proper tours for the first time. You know, Europe, South America.
Yeah.
Thank you, COVID. So perhaps next year.
Yeah.
Please
South
continue.
America by nightliner. is
Yeah,
maybe
no,
not-
no, that is basically by ear, I
Yeah.
suppose.
Yeah, or sometimes bus, and sometimes you. We'll get to that, but yeah, nightliner. I like that.
Yeah, you got to
Because you wake up and you're in the. Yeah, I mean sometimes you're in Alnabru at IKEA. 15 minutes outside of the city center, but when you wake up and you're downtown, it's cool. So yeah, I like nightliners. But
you are able to sleep in them.
yeah.
Yep.
No problem. But all tours, I guess. I mean, 2 weeks is probably maximum, and anything after that is just you start getting on each other's nerves, or
Yeah, I
it's
suppose.
annoying and
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, all my first tours were nightliners, I think.
And that was Europe.
That was Europe. I don't think I played anywhere but Europe until who knows 99, something like that, or 2000 even. But yeah, and then the tour after that was Dødheimskar, Dark Funeral, Dimmeborger, and Evenfall from Italy, Austria.
You played with Dødheimskar.
Yeah.
on the tour. Yeah.
And that was when I quit the Limeskar. Like when I left the bus, I quit the band basically.
Oh, when you got back home.
Yeah.
Okay. May I ask why?
Yeah, like I said,
Get on each other's nerves. Too close.
maybe I was more into the old school stuff. The whole, I loved the Satanic Art album that we did, or the mini thing. And then came 666 International that we toured with. And that was something else. I think the Yusuf and Björn Aldran Vikotnik, they were kind of on a different planet than I was, and very much experimenting with the drugs and things. And I remember they bought the stage where on the female department of H&M, like bodies with flowers on them, and I was just
very experimental,
not understanding anything.
It was far away from black thrash.
It was very very far away from black thrash and or black metal, and but it was extreme in its way. But my main issue was that our live the live thing was just horrible, man. And we had I don't know how it came about. I was actually drumming up until just before we were recording the album, and then I think I switched to bass, and Carmichael did some drums that they recorded and made into loops, and I don't know, they created some drum tracks that they used on the album. But the whole album was like recorded riff by riff. Vikotnik would call and ask me, do you want to come down to the studio and record one riff? And I said, no, why? Just do it yourself. But I recorded some of them. I don't know how much, but maybe 40% of the whole album. The producer there was also experienced AOR bassist, so I think he did much of the bass on that album.
Okay.
But yeah, they just made it. It was recorded riff by riff, and then they put it all together in the mastering. So then it became songs. So it was
a bit chaotic then.
And the tour came about, and Carmichael couldn't go and play the drums as he was supposed to. So we brought the drums on mini disc. And Dimmu was the headliners, and we were, of course, we were on Sotir's label on that album. Yeah, that album. And he was.
When are we now? Year
to 99, I think, or I think 99.
So Dimmu was promoting Black Spell Dimensions or something.
The one after they became super big, so Spiritual Black Dimensions.
There you go. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah?
The first one with Seaman.
At least Seaman, yes. Seaman was there.
Yep.
So, but they were kind of so big, and all this management stuff, and we were promised to get sound checks every day, but after 4 weeks without a sound check, and we had the drums on mini disc, and without sound checks, many of the nights we didn't even have drums, the mini disc drums in the monitor.
In the monitors.
Yeah, and kind of Vikotnik is always just playing. He's not really listening to the rest of the band, so we just play. Play whatever, and I would hear that he's like half a beat faster than the drums now. But should I stick with him like the rest of the guys, or should I stick with the drums and finish when the drums? No, it didn't work out. So at best it would sound extremely chaotic. So after 4 weeks, I just fuck this. I'm going to play drums from now on, and we will just play old songs. So that was
in the middle of the tour.
Yeah, 4 weeks into the tour. It was
Wow.
a 6-week tour.
Oh shit!
Like the worst 6 weeks of my life. And yeah, so that's what we did. And at least because in the beginning the Germans would just be horrified. People in flower H&M bodies and blue makeup and just horrible stuff.
I tried to picture you in that.
Yeah. And we were like fighting in between and throwing stuff, and I was horrible. So yeah, 4 weeks into the tour, I started playing drums, and we played some older shit, and at least the 2 last weeks were okay. And the best part of the whole tour was in Manchester. I guess we pulled up to the club, and next there was another tour bus next to us, and it was the Cardigans from Sweden.
Really?
And soundtrack of our lives. Yeah. And me and Svein Egil, who played synth in Danamskar, we were always out like walking every day around town and stuff. And we were out walking, and Nina Persson from Cardigans came up to us and said, "Hey, are you from Norway?" And yeah. But can we trade like backstage passes? Because I want to come see your show, and I don't know if you want to see ours, but yes, fuck yes. And then some of the diehard Dimmu fans came from Norway, interrupting us with like some homemade Tyrker shots. What do you call it? Like this licorice homemade shit.
Liquor, yeah.
Yeah. He was
Like a schnapps, homemade schnapps.
Homemade schnapps.
Yes.
And it was, hey, I remember it clearly because we were like so stoked to be with Nina Persson chatting us up. And this guy came up and was like, so we just went to London, and we had some hookers, and this guy, he tried a black one. I was like, it's Nina Persson from Cardigans. Do you want a homemade shot? Just put it in her face, and suddenly she had to walk off to do something important. And I was like, fuck you! you just scared off Nina Persson. Yeah, but we
didn't exchange the passes.
We did that. So she came to see our show, and we got to go see them, and that was like the best thing that happened on the whole tour.
That's cool,
I guess. And the guy who pulled his stunt at Nina Persson, he broke his leg during our gig.
Instant karma, it's called.
Instant karma, because he was like the self-proclaimed the biggest Dimmu fan in all of the world. And he was supposed to see us in Manchester and London, and then back in Oslo. On
Norwegian?
Yeah.
Who is this? Can you name him?
It was Roy.
Roy.
He works
Jansen?
Roy Jansen from the airport.
Yeah, I know you, Roy.
Yeah. And then he broke his leg and he had to stay in hospital. He was hospitalized.
Shout out to Roy.
So he missed the 3 Dimmu gigs.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
The big guy, right?
Yeah. Big. Yeah, he's helped us out because he works at the airport in Oslo, and when we have like special luggage, he's always nice.
I actually,
but that time he was not. I don't know. It was not my favorite when he scared off the Cardigans.
I actually had pho, the Vietnamese soup, together with him actually some years ago in Oslo. He's a funny guy.
Yeah.
A cool story, man.
I know.
I don't know, where should we go from here? Because usually we like talk about all the albums and everything that happens on the way.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
It's too long, man.
It's too long story.
I have so much to stuff. And then, we after that, I quit the Limescar.
Yeah.
There was problems with Hammer, the record label for Noir, so that was kind of uninspiring. And then Anders from Cadaver wanted us to join, me and Carmichael, to join Cadaver,
Yep.
the old death metal band.
Østfold-band is from Fredrikstad and
Yeah.
Råde.
Yeah, it was actually the first album I stole. It was the first Cadaver album.
Is it the one with the eye? The eyeball?
It's some innards or
Yeah,
something.
there's innards, yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Hallucinating anxiety. Yeah, so
Yes.
me and another guy stole it from a record shop in Oslo that I will not name, but yeah, so it was fun that 10 years later I would join the band.
Cool.
Mhm.
I know Anders very well.
Yeah.
Cool guy.
So we did that for I don't know, 4 years something. There was so much rehearsing and.
But were you playing on the albums or were you just
I
touring?
was playing on. We released 2 albums. One that was called Cadaver Incorporated. And
Did you sing on that?
Yeah, I sang on the first album.
Yeah.
On the second album, I played bass and sang.
Okay.
So that was my career. But we did so much touring, and so we rehearsed all the fucking time. I don't know, 2-3 times a week. And I remember falling asleep at rehearsals in the middle of songs and stuff. It
Wow.
was just so
Grueling.
yeah. So too much. So yeah, I guess that was 2004 when we Anders suggested that maybe we should just quit, and everyone said yes, please.
The whole band
Yeah,
or
the
only
whole
you
band.
guys? Okay.
There was
Yeah.
no because we had been too close for a long time, and stuff like that, and not agreeing on everything. And I don't know, me and Carmichael and stuff, we always want stuff more old school, and Anders is very business minded, and we don't
Yes, he is.
want to understand stuff like that. Like he would come and suggest that, hey, we can have this 7-Up commercial in Greece and stuff like that. Fuck. Or can we do some ringtones? You know, back with the old Nokias. Do 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 do. Yeah, please. Can we? Let's make a business. But we were never into all that business part.
No.
And that's I don't know. I wish I was more business minded, but I'm not. And that results in not having so much money, but more. I don't know. I feel better about myself at least.
You have the passion.
I have very much passion, and I mean, loads of bands have. I've been asked by loads of bands to join or play live shows, or whatever, but if I'm really not into the bands, I just can't do it, man. Yeah. Even if it's a lot of money and stuff like that. But yeah, when after. When was this Cadaver and all that stuff? I think around 2005, 4. There was this incident with Carmichael, obviously, when he landed after we had played the Inferno Festival. I don't even remember when it was, 2004, 5, 6, something like that. He was so drunk. I remember he was thrown out of the venue in the evening after we played.
At the Rockefeller?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he was so drunk. And then, the next morning we were supposed to come back to the Rockefeller and clear out our backstage. And I phoned him up, and he was like barely answering. I would ask him, and it would take like 30 seconds, and then he answered. So I don't know. He was almost not there, and he was at this after party thingy, and I said, "Well, fucking come down. I'm not clearing out all this backstage mess myself."
Mm.
And I bicycled down to the venue. And when I came down there, I remember people were on the phone with like the hospital and said that he had been found on the sidewalk, like falling down from fourth floor or whatever. So
Into the pavement?
yeah. So and I went up there afterwards. There was like blood everywhere and stuff, and he was in a coma for a month or whatever, and had crushed all the bones inside him, basically. So and it was not the greatest feeling. I remember watching, and when I came down there, I was like in shock, obviously, and what do I remember? Like dissection going on stage. So I said hi to what's the Italian dude's name? Because he had been like meeting up with us since the tours with Cadaver and Morbid Angel and shit before.
In dissection?
Yeah,
Italian dude?
yeah.
I thought they were
He plays
Swedes.
in Vatain too. Yeah, but he lives in Sweden.
Oh yeah.
Seth Teitan.
Yeah, they're actually from dissection is from Strömstad, which is
Aren't they from Uppsala?
the closest city to here.
I thought they were from Uppsala.
Oh, it's Strömstad.
It's very Uppsala black metal. Yeah, okay.
Nutfight is from Strömstad, man.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, Nøttveit. Yeah, okay. I was thinking about Vatain now, but
Not dissection.
yeah, but Erik was at
Yeah, that's
least
something
Uppsala.
different.
But he was also in dissection.
Oh, really?
But yeah.
What really happened with Carmichael? I only heard some.
Yeah, but like I said, he was barely alive when I talked to him on the phone. So
Was that
what
before?
I hear,
Yeah.
that was just before. So
Yeah.
what I hear is this is like 4th, 5th floor, quite new building. So the floors are not that high, but high enough. It was probably a 10, 12 meter fall or something.
Fuck.
So he would, but with an outside elevator. So there was this woman sitting there enjoying her morning coffee, and Carmichael came passing by, and he dropped like a 6-pack of bottles on the floor, and then he went to unlock his bicycle that was up there, and then instead of walking into the elevator, he just went over the fence and into the pavement thingy. So,
But what was this? Was it a mistake because he was blind drunk, or did he jump? What happened?
yeah, I mean that you have to ask him, but I don't think he can answer because, like when I talked to him minutes before, he was so.
He was blind drunk.
Yeah, extremely drunk.
But
And,
you told-
who knows,
But you said that he was unlocking his bicycle.
Yeah.
So he brought that up to the 4th floor.
Yeah, because there was like the top floor where they were having the after party.
Yeah,
It
and
was
he
just
brought
like
his bicycle up there. So he went outside the flat and unlocked his bicycle in the hallway.
not hallway, because the top floor was kind of open. So you took the elevator up and you were outside, but then you came to the
Yeah, it's like I get it.
if you get it.
Yeah,
So
outside the
there
hallway.
was like a roof, but still a couple of flats up there.
What, did he throw his bike over there too, or
No, I don't think so.
first the bike and
I have
then
I have no idea.
no?
I just know that
He jumped.
I just knew that my first thought was, okay, he's dead. Or,
Oh, man.
but he was in a coma, and for a good month. So I went to see him, and he was all blown up, and it was very weird. I remember
It was like swollen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
extremely swollen. We were like 4 or 5 people there, and one of the guys came out puking, and I don't know. And I told myself that I will not be sober until he's awake again. And so I was just
that does make sense.
smoking and drinking for a whole month. But I kept going to visit him, though. So that was and just before that, we had played some awesome shows like here and there in Greece and
With Ora?
Yeah, Ora Noir.
Yeah.
Greece and Italy, and I felt that we were like really
Happening.
getting somewhere, and I
Yeah.
felt that my drumming was coming, becoming okay finally too. But so then that happened, and but fortunately he recovered. That was quite extreme, and even after a while at like recreation center, he presented this song to me that was totally Venom, but he had actually played the whole song on guitar after having he set a new record, I think, at that center, like
In recovery wise?
Yeah, no, but like with fractures, I think 160 something, like severe fractures, and
So it wasn't only his legs.
No,
it was the
it
entire
was-
body.
yeah,
Ah.
entire body.
Oh fuck.
When you fall from that height.
But today he's basically walking on his own, right?
Yeah,
The last time I, saw him, I think he was walking.
Yeah. Yeah, he walks, no problem. Or probably problems, but
But it's way better than what it was.
Yeah,
Yeah?
of course. But I mean, when he walks through some scanners and things, it's always beep, beep, beep.
Yeah.
So at airports and things,
He has like metal limbs.
metal all over
Yeah.
the place.
That's metal, man.
It's very metal, very metal.
I would love to have him do this sometime.
Yeah.
But you have to put in a good word.
I will have to put in a good word. He will do it. Just bring the Fernet. And,
Of course I will.
A couple of beers and he's in.
Yeah. You should come too.
Mm-hmm.
Sit on the side.
Sidekick.
Sidekick.
Yeah, but anyway,
Yeah.
there was after he had recovered slightly and stuff. I was tired of the whole Oslo scene. I think I was still working in a bar, bartending, and I felt that my whole life was just a big bad conscience. You have all these friends that you only meet outside or in bars drinking beers, and it costs a lot of money.
Yeah, everything, that's the same.
And like-
I experienced the same thing. Everything evolves around the alcohol,
Yeah.
you know?
And every day there's another guy, and you have this huge crowd of people, and every day there's someone's birthday or someone plays a gig or whatever, and it's just every fucking day, and in the end I just started smoking weed, I think, at the age of more than 30, and at least that kind of kept me home and still feeling okay.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I had Nattefrost from Carpathian Forest.
Roger.
He moved in right next to me in Oslo. We had a couple of years there with much fun times and crazy stuff going on.
Yeah.
So, he's also one of the guys and bands I had been admiring for a long time. And I just love really weird and extreme persons, and he's definitely one of them.
He's one of those.
So I don't know. There's so many stories. We used to him and me. We used to like dress up as a surprise for each other and just ring each other's doorbells with like really weird clothes on.
Like in drag and stuff.
Yeah. not drag, but fancy suits and whatever.
Cool.
It's strange things, and yeah.
But you grew tired of the whole thing.
I just
city thing.
it was just too much for me and very bad for my health, I guess. And I longed for, I had a cabin in the mountains from when I was young. I really wanted to go up there, like in that area, in between Oslo and Trondheim.
Yeah.
Oppdal city, to be exact. So I was like searching, asking if, because there was this house nearby that I knew the people who lived there had both died, and I asked if I could buy it and shit, but then that wasn't possible. But I was searching in that same area, and I found like a house there that I could rent for really cheap. That was like with amazing scenery around, and I mean I could go up on like summits there where you can see like in Alvdal, Elf Valley.
Yes, that's like Aukrust
That's very,
capital.
and I've even been a fan of Kjell Aukrust since I was 10 or something. Amazing poet or whatever, writer, author.
Every time we are gigging in Trondheim or something, we always stop in Alvdal. Even the gas station has, Aukrust on the toilet.
Yeah.
Solan and Ludvig.
Yeah, it's one of the greatest
Norwegian traditions, right there.
Yeah, we always stop there too, like going to Trondheim or to my cabin when I was young. But I lived like on a side road there, in towards the Hall of the Mountain Kings, Dovre.
Oh yeah.
So like 15-minute drive from the
main road,
that gas station. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Road.
Yeah. There you go.
So there's like no traffic. And I rented a house there, and I could have like. Yeah, my girlfriend at the time was a drummer. They were actually touring with Lenny Kravitz and shit.
Wow.
In Europe. So, but she had this really cool Ludwig in 1968 drum kit.
Wow. Yeah.
That I put up, and I bought some microphones and shit. And so I had like this full studio set up in the basement.
Awesome.
And we only paid like 35 euros a month for the thing.
Wow.
Like 3 stories and garage and all that. And I could go across the road in the river and just pick up a trout for dinner. I knew where they would hang out, the trouts. There was this big rock in the river right after this stream, and there would always be like a huge trout hanging out there. So you could just go picking up.
It sounds like a picture-perfect existence right there.
Yeah, and I could go to any summit. It's not the highest mountains, but in the same area as all the national parks, the most famous ones, but just outside. So I would never meet anyone walking there. And I bought a dog just before moving. She was called Dyna, the blanket in Norwegian. But as my last name is Mo, that was Dynamo. And she was really hyper. So, but yeah, I would walk her like different places every day, like 4 or 5 hours, and I would never get tired. I never met any people. And you could walk up on summits and have 360 views and no sign of civilization. It's like eternity and stuff.
But did you live off music then, or?
Let me think. I worked a bit when I moved there, because kind of shortly after I moved up there, I got a phone call from Abath. Because my girlfriend at the time, she was from the same place as the Immortals,
Oh yeah.
So every time I had to go, we went to her parents. I would suddenly, I would just, feel very restless and what to do now. I must find someone like-minded, and I knew Abath a bit, so I would call him up and go over there and get hammered and stuff. And yeah. So when they were reforming Immortal, that was, I guess, 2006. He phoned me up and asked me if I wanted to join, and I said yes. So even if that's, I always liked Immortal from, I heard it first time from the 7-inch, I guess, before the first album.
Yeah.
I thought it was like really cool stuff, and I saw them live several times too, and I found it like probably the best extreme metal band to watch live from Norway, mainly because of him. He's an excellent frontman.
He's a character.
Yeah, he's definitely a character. So even if I didn't like maybe the last album they had done, I don't know, that was Sons of Northern Darkness and Danny Black, but I liked like everything up until that, and I still thought that they had some lots of credibility, and they're like characters and very strong-minded people. So I said yes to that. So maybe the first year I lived in Alvdal. I lived off music with Immortal, and I also did some work at a local, not slaughterhouse, but the place after that where you make like hams and lamb racks and stuff, pinnekjøtt. Rack of lamb. So salted meat,
Cool.
I guess.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I had a pig too.
You had one pig?
Yeah, no, we had me and my landlords that lived next to us. That was like the only people living next to us, and they were complaining that we were not playing loud enough music. I thought you were musicians. We don't hear anything. So okay, I'll play more. So I would play like all night and day, and no complaints,
Beautiful.
Yeah. Very beautiful landlords, and they let me pay the rents, 4 or 5 months late and shit like that. So I'll pay you after Wacken. Yeah. So that was like the best years of my life, I guess, living up there and having the studio, all microphones set up at all times. If I had an idea, I could just go down and record it. And I paid nothing, and like the atmosphere and every day the walks in the mountains and shit were just awesome. And I had Ted from Darkthrone, Nocturnal Culto. He lived like a 40-minute drive away from me, so we were
where was
hanging
that?
out.
Where was that?
Vingelen.
Vingelen, yes. Yep.
Tolga City.
Yes.
And we both worked, I think, at that slaughter place. He started working there just after I quit, I guess.
Oh.
And I also worked at the local music school in Alvdal, Elf Valley, like teaching kids who are now 18 and more to play rock. Like guitar and bass and drums and stuff. But I'm not much of a teacher. But what I did was, what I had wanted, I think, for myself when I was young and played piano and shit, that every session we played, I told them to just make riffs, just easy ones, the do-do-do.
Yes, yes.
I don't know what that chord is called. But just make riffs with that, and with the guitar students I would play drums, and with the drum students I would play guitar, and And at the end of the year, we recorded. They would come to my studio and record the songs that I'd made or that they had made.
Yeah.
I just put them together, combining the riffs, and it was all kind of punkish. But I know how cool is that to have your own song recorded at the age of 8 instead of having learned to play Tom Dooley or whatever.
Yep.
So I would hope that did something to for them. Like it must have been inspiring. At least it would have been for me to have done it that way instead of learning lots of notes and shit.
I think they will carry that memory with them.
Yeah, at least I heard something when I stopped at that gas station where one of the parents worked a couple of years later, and they said, "Oh, they really missed you, and they quit right after you left and shit." And it was also good for me because I felt that the whole community of 2,000 people were scared of me because of the way I looked and all that shit. But at least when I was down with their kids, it was.
Totally cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
possibly.
Yeah. How long did you stay up there?
6 years, I think. I had a daughter when I moved up there, and but they left like they couldn't handle it, or possibly my daughter could, but not her mother. So they first moved to Trondheim and then back to Kolbotn. So when she started school and, my landlord separated, so they were selling the house that I was living in.
Oh, so that's
So
why you had to move.
Yeah, so I either I had to buy their house or move somewhere else. So as, it was easy while my daughter was in kindergarten to just pick her up and have her stay with me for a week or two. But, you can't do that when she's in school, and it was...
Yeah.
The drive is pretty long, 4 hours or something.
Yeah.
So I moved down to the closest I could get a house for, in Oslo to a decent price, which is where I live now. And yeah, I've been depressed ever since, basically, because I miss that mountain place so much. And
yeah, but you live basically in Gok now too.
I live very remote now,
Yes.
but it's kind of not the same. It's no mountains. It's just flat and forest and lots of mosquitoes that you don't have in the mountains. And you can't even go in the forest in the summer, basically.
But you own a house there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have a studio at home?
No, but even that, the neighbors are so close that I can't have a drum kit. Or
they
I
would
could probably,
yeah.
but I care so much about what other people think. So I probably could have had, but I don't. So it's not that big either. So yeah, after the whole Elf Valley experience, I've been kind of extremely depressed. So it's been. After I moved down, I don't know, in 2010, 11 or something, there were a couple of years really, not the greatest. I was still, I don't know when Immortal quit, but I was only living off music for a while there, and that could have been okay, but it's very... You have no idea how much money you will have the next half year or year, or you can't get loans or.
But what was it? Was it basically royalties from your album, what you recorded with them?
No,
or?
It was more like from
concert
shows.
fees.
Yeah.
So they were well paid.
Extremely well paid.
Yeah.
I think we had like I think the best pay I had was Wacken and Hellfest probably, but Wacken was like I think the whole band got like 60,000 euros for playing for 1 hour or something. So I got like 93,000 kroner, like
Oh, wow.
10,000 euros for one show.
Wow.
But you know, if Wacken was every month, it would have been okay. But, but it's not, and they will not invite you every year and
That's true.
stuff like that. And you know, lots of issues within the band and stuff. So we couldn't really book all the gigs we wanted to, and with stuff happening. So it didn't work out all that great in the end, unfortunately.
Yeah, so the band split up.
Yeah, didn't they? Or
did you quit beforehand?
I was gonna quit, and then they suddenly had this issue with trying to force Abath into going to rehab, but he didn't want to because it was not the right time. And but I had been dissatisfied a while before that. You know, I loved the hour that we were on stage, as long as everyone was sober or kind of sober, but everything else was a bit of a hassle, and that's why I quit playing live a couple of years ago with Noir too. I'm not really into the traveling anymore. It's just so much of a hassle. I mean, everything after you have your guitars or whatever instrument you're carrying is safely through, you know, that's okay. But everything before that is so fucking stressful, I think. And even coming out on the other end and the guitar is not there, because that's not the first priority for the airlines. And it seems like they're thinking, oh, a guitar, and that's probably not so important tonight. Let's send it on the plane tomorrow instead. And you know, the show is the same night. And I mean, that happens more than every 10th flight, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You've been unlucky then. I have not experienced that once yet.
It depends even on the companies, but I mean, at least it's something you have to. It happens so often that, you know, in the end we started taking when we had shows on Saturdays, we took the flight on Thursday, because then you are on the safe side. So but then I started working too at this freezing storage.
Yeah, where you are currently.
Yeah, I'm currently at this. That's what saved my life, I guess. Coming into the normal people business, just stuffing salmons into containers and shit like that, and meat, and unloading lambs from New Zealand and Brazil and Uruguay and shit. So that's my life right now.
Yeah, but hey, man, but you need to back off a little bit.
Yeah.
What happened with Noir? You released several albums, and I suppose you were touring the world, right?
Yeah. So after I moved to the mountains.
Yeah.
That was like when Carmichael had recovered properly, so I felt safe, like moving away from him.
Yeah.
But after when could that have been? Like a year later, I invited him up and to the studio, and we were just making music down in the basement, like in the old days. But then I would have to play all the drums, which kind of freaked me out, because, you know, he's a great drummer and I was always the crappy drummer who'd never even had owned a drum kit. But I think it helped me with that when I was a teacher up in Alvdal.
Yeah.
And if I just played straight, at least I played twice a week with my students, and just straight drums. So Carmichael came up, I don't know, 2-3 times or more. And we recorded all the sessions we did because, like I said, I had this studio there and I'd bought microphones and shit. And I'd bought the mixer from Sverre Dæhlie from Audiopain, who we had recorded the Merciless album with back in 2004 or something. So I basically had bought all his equipment because he was getting new shit, and so I mean all the albums, the Merciless, Hades Rise, and Out to Die, I guess, is all recorded on the same equipment, and even the new one.
Did you? So you recorded it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not everything from Hades Rise I've recorded. We just took the the recordings down to Oslo to a studio and mixed both Hades Rise and Out to Die. Okay, so there was another dude mixing it.
A bit more into the microphone. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, man.
But so we had success doing that, I think. I'm very happy with the Hades Rise album. It was just me and Carmichael we were like drinking every day, and that's our recipe for the last album. Is we just, because we're not 18 any longer, we can pretend to be. And the way we do it is just leave everything, all girlfriends and whatever behind. And like where I lived up in the mountains, there's nothing near that's tempting apart from the scenery and rivers and mountains and shit. So we did that, during the daytime, driving around, walking around the beautiful scenery, and then in the night we would just be extremely creative and record everything we did, and I just collected all of it. And of course we mixed, like raw mixed it and listened to it, and he would come back a couple of months later, and then we would have ideas for new stuff on those songs and maybe ideas for new songs again. And so for me, the waiting and listening is a very important part of the whole recording experience, because just after you record something, it's always just cool, but when you listen to it 20 times, maybe you're annoyed by something, and you have the chance to alter that, or go back and change stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm very happy with how the Hades Rise came out, and most of it is probably Carmichael's songs even, and I felt that was so great. I mean, him being disabled for a couple of years there and everything. So a really cool comeback album for him. And we also had Danny Corrales from Autopsy doing guitar solos from 2 of the songs. So
but did Rune do anything on the albums?
Yeah, we sent him. I mean, we hadn't been in contact because he moved to Portugal a couple of years before this, and we were not really in contact for a good while. He was very busy with Mayhem. So, but we sent him the songs, and he did some cool solos for a couple of songs, at least Unleash the Demon, I guess, and some. Yeah, I can't recall. But
so he's not a full-on member then?
No, we did everything ourselves. I mean,
so it's a duo, or Noir is a duo.
Yeah, it's basically always been, but we've always counted Rune in, even if he doesn't. He feels like if he's really drunk, he would say that, "Oh, I'm Jason Newsted in Noir." Yeah. But for us, he's not. He's like a full member. It just feels like it for him. And I mean, obviously, as he lives so far away, it's.
But he basically does the live stuff then.
Yeah, but then come the album after that. Because I don't know, I don't know when he quit Mayhem, but we had some sessions in my
2009 or something.
Yeah,
8.
we had some sessions in Alvdal, my mountain refuge, after the Hades Rise album. And I guess we also played some live shows, first without Carmichael and then with him in the end.
Yeah.
And then Rune Blasphemer joined, and he also was totally thrilled by where I lived and walking around there. And we had these amazing walks just behind my house, I remember. Even skiing and sledging and all that shit. And yeah, we just drank, got hammered, all three of us, and created music in the evenings in the basement. It was just the guys, you know, no girlfriends or no obligations anywhere. So total focus on the music, and he came up like 3 times, I guess, to make songs and stuff. And
Is this the Out to Die album?
This is the Out to Die album.
Yeah.
And by that time, I guess I don't think I had any riffs. Yeah, maybe the first one on Abaddon and some other riff. But that's when Rune really, that's kind of his album, because he's like spewing out riffs. Unlike me, I'm like scared to present riffs almost, if they're not 100%. So I would, before I present the riff, I'm perfecting it and all that shit. But he's like spewing out. So in 1 minute in the rehearsal room, Rune would have played like 10 riffs.
Wow.
And me and Carmichael was like the 4 riffs ago, you were onto something, and we would make something out of that. So Out to Die is very much Rune's album, I think.
Cool.
Yeah. So good for him. But I play all the drums and maybe all the bass, I think, yes. And Rune guitars and Carmichael guitars. And we share the vocal duties.
That was the first one on indie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we went to mix it the same place as we mixed His Rise, but I was not super happy with I thought it sounded too clean. So I asked, like, when we came to the mastering studio, I told him to kind of destroy the mix because it sounded too nice. But I mean, everything like Merciless, His Rise, Out to Die, it's all in the same studio, same microphones, anything.
It's not as dirty as those.
No.
No.
But we tried to like destroy
it in the master.
Yeah.
Very unorthodox.
Yeah, because we never had great budgets and stuff. So with many of our albums, we had said that, and even with the Merciless, I think it was Anders' idea that you have to have the guitars very low when you send it to mastering, because the mastering guys will crank the mids, and stuff. So,
I also heard that, but I think that's an urban legend, more or less.
Yeah, or just the wrong mastering. I don't know, but in the end, I think the guitars are definitely way too low on the Merciless too. It's basically much drums and vocals. But I think it's something Anders took from Rain in Blood. They were trying to copy it on the second Cadaver album I was on, and Like the guitar's not very high on here and much vocals and I don't know. But so that's how it ended up.
Yeah, sure. It's
So,
what it is.
But after all these experiences, I thought, hey, I should get. I know how I want things to sound like, but I just don't know how to. And I started. I attended that school at Sven Erik Maniac.
Nis.
Nis, yes.
Yes.
Sound technician school as well. When I moved down to the Oslo area.
But you have to pay to enroll there, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's a
but
private school.
It's a private school, but you also get loads, like half the money back from the government.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
As long as you pass this class. So
Yeah.
I did that just to learn the basics. I didn't. I think you can get a bachelor degree or something, and it's Pro Tools and stuff.
Yeah. Yep.
So it's a 3-year course, but I only did the first year because I only wanted to learn the basics. I know the second year is much about I don't know, networking and stuff, and I felt that I have enough network and I don't really need all that shit. I just want to learn the basics.
That's
and,
the business part,
Yeah, because I know, yeah.
Pay attention, man.
I just wanted to learn the basics so I can mix my own shit. And,
Yeah, sure.
Because we never had the money to get the right sound, or people, the engineers didn't know what we were talking about or stuff. So on the last album of R&R, I actually got to mix it myself. But yeah.
The very last one.
Prior to that, we had a new drummer, the Christian from Obliteration.
The young guy.
A young guy.
Young blood.
He's actually not playing on the album, is he? No, I am. I'm confused. But yeah, we. No, I'm just confused. I'm confused.
Oh, are you?
Total destruction.
Are you Attila all of a sudden?
No, it's Quorthon.
Aha.
Total destruction.
Yeah.
Is it? No.
That was. Either way, man. Talk about the final album.
Yeah, I don't know. I attended this school and I mixed it myself, and it was harder than I would think, but at least it turned out okay.
Yeah, sorry. Is that the first one you mixed for yourself?
Yes, but I tried mixing stuff before that.
Yeah.
At least my own shit is the first I mix, but
the album is fucking amazing.
Yeah,
I have that over there, and I think that is my favorite actually.
That's great news. I mixed the 2 last Death Hammer albums, but that was like on their mixer that was kind of limited, old school digital stuff, and they were they had recorded the album over several sessions, and suddenly the vocals were really loud and then not so loud, and the drums were all over the place. But at least I felt I was doing their music justice. I really love the Death Hammer shit.
They are kind of a Renaissance band,
Yeah.
They brought the filthy thing back.
Very much. First time I heard it, I thought it was like some old Creator demo or whatever. It's just really, really old school, and really living it too.
Yes, they are rølp.
Very rølp. I was explaining to a blasphemer how rølp they were when we were going to this festival in Finland once. I said, like, they're so they're so hurt. And then, just as we enter the gates to the festival, Salsten was like lying outside the gates, dead drunk, and that's him. It's Deathhammer.
How
It's
old
the
are those
light-
guys, by the way? My age or younger or older?
It must be your age and younger.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like a generation younger than mine, or
Yeah.
two or something. So
Oh, cool.
but yeah, really great. One of the best bands to come out and the best people to come out of Norway. The last decade, I guess.
Next to myself, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, there was. I thought there was a long, boring period, late 90s and early 2000s, and until maybe, probably Obliteration came along.
Yeah.
And, that was also a bit of a fun story because I was living in the mountains, and these old dudes that lived next to my parents, where I grew up, they had died, and a new family moved in, and the oldest son in the house was Sindre of Obliteration.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I'd probably seen his face, I don't know, when I visited my parents once a year or whatever. Possibly. But he definitely had noticed me, and I think my mother or something happened that he got into the Cadaver album, whatever, while they were still only listening to punk rock, him and his friends.
He's a couple of years below me, actually.
Oh, okay.
I think he's like 86 or something, or 87.
Yeah,
I'm
my
84.
both my parents are teachers. They're in his probably my parents were his teacher or something, whatever.
Yeah.
So after the junior high that I went to, so not very cool for me to have both parents at
Present.
yeah. Anyway, he had given, after Obliteration recorded their first demo, he gave it to my mom and telling her to send it to me.
Yeah.
And not only that, but
That's a good source.
not only that, but he gave her his telephone number, and I had to tell him what I thought of the demo, and I was just, jeez, please, this is probably
These
the
kids.
yeah, this is probably just as horrible as all the other demos I'm presented with, but it wasn't. And it was like, wow, they're fucking covering Slayer and shit, and the drummer is awesome, and so I remember this was just before we were going to go up to my cabin to sign the contract with Tyrant Syndicate, the Darkthrone guys label. And I played the Obliteration tape to Ted, and he was like totally into it. And seconds later, they signed that band to their label and released the album. So I feel a bit responsible for their success too. Obliteration and Necromantheon and their great bands. So but where were we? At the new
The last album.
Yeah. I think we recorded the drums at the Kikkan's place, or was that Out to Die? Possibly. No, I think we did at the Necromantheon drummers place. And we recorded Rune Blasphemer recorded his guitars in Portugal where he lives, and me and Carmichael recorded the rest of the strings and vocals back at my place, and I mixed the shit. And no, actually, we recorded the drums at Sverre from Audio Pain, where we recorded the Merciless. Yep. That's it. Out to Die was recorded at Necromantial Studios, but the drums were recorded at Audio Pain Studio for Out to Die, and the rest at back home.
Oh, okay.
So, but yeah, I mixed all the shit. Blasphemer recorded his stuff in Portugal, and his guitars were so I don't know. Overstyrt.
Oversaturated.
Yeah, it was a very difficult task, and everything sounded shit basically, apart from the stuff I had recorded myself back at home. So I spent months and months trying to make it sound okay and get rid of all the annoying frequencies and shit.
It's.
But we ended up getting nominated for the Grammys.
You lost to the young guys, right?
We lost to the guys
that you taught.
Yeah. To the obliterations.
That's a funny one, man.
Yeah. But I mean, like we got nominated with Immortal, but we said no, we don't want to attend.
Just like
that would
Darkthrone,
be in probably that would have been the normal thing to do, but just for the fuck of it, we said, yeah, okay, let's go and have some free beers and shit. But you know, musical
beers, wasn't it Prosecco?
No,
beers.
I think there was beers and not a whole lot. But yeah, and the guy I went to visit. Master's Hammer with, he won the Techno Awards just before me.
Cool.
Yeah. So yeah, that was cool. But yeah, it's just silly, the whole Grammy thing.
Yeah, it's all, I don't know, it's kind
I don't know
of
who's in the
jury, you know. It's all like pre-decided shit, you know.
Yeah, but even if the guys in the jury came up to us and said, yeah, you will win this shit. So we were actually quite confident that we would win when we were sitting there. But then, oh yeah, okay, but that's cool too. But we didn't care so much. But it's silly with this whole contest, and it's very random, you know.
It's Norway trying to be Hollywood.
Yeah,
you know,
you have to apply, you know, and
you have to pay.
Yeah, you have to pay
to submit your fucking tape.
And you know, most of the metal releases of Norway are on the labels from abroad, and they just don't care about this stuff.
That's true.
So we were on a Norwegian label, so they would like submit. And whatever.
Yeah.
You know, we didn't win, but at least...
that doesn't matter. Man, dude, Dark Lung of the Storm, that's some of the most amazing riffs I heard ever.
That's true.
That's good. The opening riffs there, shit.
Yeah.
Who is that?
He's Carmichael.
It is? Oh, man. Because the second part is Rune, right? When it goes into the blast part?
I think maybe all of it. The thing is, we made much of the stuff a year or two before. We had like, like I said, our policy is to stay together for a week or something and be
creative.
18 years old and drink and be creative. Yeah. So we had like one session after we played a show in Portugal, and we rented like a summer house, but this was in March or something. So nobody was there, and it was really cheap. And we had some friends of Blasphemers in Portugal set up like a PA and drums and everything. So we had a swimming pool and all that shit, and it was super cheap. And we just stayed there and recorded for a week, and we did the same thing in Romania, I think, after a show.
Wow.
And, yeah, just because you're paid to the tickets back and forth when you play a show, but we just make them
Extend the stay.
yeah. So we just
Expand the
pay
stay.
for some. We just buy some Airbnb flat and rent a studio for a week, and we did that like in Portugal and Romania, Bucharest, and maybe in Oslo one session too before we start
Writing
recording.
the last album.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So that was how we did, and the last part was me and Carmichael just renting a rehearsal room right next to the Rockefeller that we've talked about, where I'm also rehearsing now.
Yeah.
And we made like maybe 3 songs, the 3 last songs for the album, possibly the first song too, Dark Lung of the Storm. Thinking at least the second one. Yeah, I can't remember the song titles or anything right now, but yeah, so it's much and even Christian from Obliteration, who had quit the band at the time, he made a couple of riffs on the album and did the artwork, and so we basically did everything ourselves apart from the mastering.
But
Did we get paid? No.
yeah.
At least we got the Grammys. They offered us like a lunch before or something before the Grammys, but we didn't
The
show
label?
up. Yeah.
Yay.
Do you want to come have some drinks with us before the Grammys?
Fuck no.
No.
No, thank you. But the big question here is, of course, for my own sake and for, I suppose, the listener's sake, what happened? Why did you guys disband?
Firstly, to begin with, we are not
It's not permanently, right?
no,
It's on hiatus.
kind of.
Yeah. That was what I thought.
Because me and Carmichael, at least we live not only 1 hour away from each other, and we have been talking lately, and he has been suggesting can we please play Death Like? Can we meet up and play Death Like Silence by Sodom? And okay, I will try to
Just like a cover thing?
Learn the drums. Yeah. So that has happened. But firstly, I was super tired of the whole touring thing.
Yeah.
We've done. Like I said, I started working a normal day job with this freezing. I don't know what it's called. Freezing storage. Sending salmon all over the world and receiving meat from Uruguay. And,
But my thought was that, in my little mind, was that, okay, Carmichael went to the reunion of Ved Buens Ende, and Rune went with Ultimas. Everyone just did something else for a while. That was my thought.
Yeah, okay.
And you got a kid, I suppose.
Yeah, I got 2 kids.
Yeah, you got a new one too.
I got a new one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that isn't...
That's not the reason.
No, that's no reason at all. It's just... I was fed up with... I was fed up with... The whole traveling part of the show business.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I told the other guys I'm quitting. I'm not playing live any longer.
Yeah.
Because I'm tired of airports and long drives in the back seat of necro vans and shit, and the backstages and waiting and all that shit. So I needed a long ass break. So that's like 1 year before Corona hit, I guess.
Yeah.
So they did a couple of shows with a different drummer. Yeah, even that, because I had to play drums after Christian Valbo, our previous drummer, quit.
But I'm confused. Hey.
Hey.
Hey. I played together with you at that gig we talked about earlier at Fosser in that garage.
Yeah.
Mork and Noir. But all of you were present there. Were you a 4-piece then?
Probably.
Aha. Yeah. Because you had the guy from Obliteration.
Playing drums.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then he didn't play drums anymore, and I played drums on the album, and I played the drums on all the shows after that. But
Also, then you were a trio.
yeah.
Okay.
So we've been a trio since then, and I hadn't really sang and played drums since I did a cover of Metallica in 1990 at the local cinema or whatever. So I had to kind of learn that, and it's a fucking hassle, man, playing drums live and also singing.
So you're basically Phil Collins now.
I'm basically yes.
No, sorry, man. But back to the thing we talked about. It was basically why you guys quit and went on a hiatus. You told them that you were tired of this shit.
Yeah.
How did they respond to you?
Maybe it was because of the drumming. Because if it had been bass, maybe I wouldn't have been that tired of the whole thing. But
Okay.
drums is a different thing because the drums are never the same when you after
Leave the sound check or
Yeah,
line
leave
check.
the sound check and you come back and it's some left-handed idiot have been there before you and.
But I saw some kind of online discussion that was actually public between you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there were some misunderstandings within the camp, right?
Yeah.
Because why you quit.
Oh yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
I remember the guys, all of you were commenting.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah,
Online.
because the thing is
To put you on the spot.
yeah. Yeah, good.
Yeah?
I told the other guys I'm not playing anymore. I'm tired of this shit. I'm not doing any more shows.
Yeah.
The other guys wanted to do more shows, but they didn't want to tell the world that I had quit. So
okay.
they would say
They said, yeah,
no, he has got a flu. He's not here today, and he's had a baby.
Yep, that is what I remember. Yes, the baby thing.
Yeah. So after the baby thing, I had thought, I felt that I had to write that it's not. It's not the baby's fault that I'm not playing. It's.
So you guys didn't discuss this?
No.
Before going
I think
public.
we discussed it, and they knew what was going on, but they didn't want to say because they didn't want to disappoint maybe the promoters for shows and
Of
stuff
course.
that
Because you
I
had
was
shows.
not coming because I'm such a big star, So yeah, we had shows
Yep.
lined up and shit.
Yeah. Never a good time to quit.
I don't know, but I don't think we had anything lined up when I quit.
No, okay.
But they lined stuff up after I quit, and they didn't tell the promoters. And I don't know. For me, doesn't matter. It wouldn't. Who cares if I'm there or not? But they felt maybe that someone would care, so they didn't tell anyone, or they would tell secret lies and stuff. Like we always did in Noir. If people were away, we said. I remember Carmichael was away for a show, and I said that he had herpes or so like. And Rune was away from a show, and Carmichael said no, he was in a fight with his nephew. So no.
That's
So
rock and roll.
But that's always been our rule that if someone's like away from a show, that's so bad that we can tell them whatever. Actually, what I said about Carmichael was that he had hepatitis C or something. We played in Holland once. And said, yeah, okay, but you're not coming. Okay, but then I can tell the crowd whatever I want to. Ja, der.
We are adjusting the microphone now.
Adjusting. Okay, I will do.
You're a fucking technician. You can handle the mic stand,
not
right?
When I'm drunk. Yeah. So are we finished with the R&R now?
No, we're not, because I need to know. You guys, he called you up to do a cover song. What was that? Was that just for fun, or was it
right now? Yeah, that was like 2 weeks ago, or a month or something.
Is that just like, oh, come on, man, let's start up again? Is it a little?
Yeah. We said just
a little spark.
Are we? We're not done, are we? No, we're not. Can we please play? Death Like Silence. And,
you said so.
Yeah,
because precisely this shit that we're talking about now makes my podcast like TMC right now. This is like the breaking news part.
Oh yeah, breaking news.
I don't think this is anything people know about.
No, nobody knows apart from you and me and Carmichael.
Yeah.
Death Like Silence.
Okay, did you get together, or haven't you done it yet?
Not yet. Yeah. So definitely more.
You're not over. You're not done.
No, that was never the thing. I thought that okay, maybe if the other guys are really active and they want to do lots of things and go on without me, okay.
So you may even go on the road then.
No,
is that decided?
Nothing is decided, but I'm not into roading any longer.
No,
but
one-offs.
One-off. Who
cool.
knows? If someone offered $10 million, why not?
Also Darkthrone fees.
Yeah.
Darkthrone. You get 1 million for playing one show. No, thank you.
The sad thing is, the ones with the most money is like Wacken and stuff, and it's maybe not the coolest festivals. I like to play cool shows too. Not necessarily the well-paid ones. So I feel very, very true in a way with the
You are true, man.
I want to be true. And
you are true.
But like I even get a bad feeling playing Inferno or even even Wacken and but Til Dovre faller, so perfectly cool, and Hole in the Sky, and we've never been asked to play Beyond the Gates, but I would. That's definitely one of the shows with the credibility.
Yeah.
So I would love to do only cool stuff. But
my way of thinking is that I want to play for people.
Yeah.
I want to play for the people that pay to see me. You know, I don't care what the name of the festival is.
Oh, that's true.
If it's flowers and romance, or if it's Beyond the Gates, same shit, man. I come there to play rock and roll.
I just don't like that the people earning money are of the wrong kind.
Yeah, but hey, what you gonna do? It's the music business.
I know, it's too much business.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
No, that's the way the cookie crumbles, man. But should we talk about your Gorgoroth days, or should we just wrap up?
We can talk about Gorgoroth days. It was not a very long period.
Tell the story then. But the microphone is complete chaos now. I think you have to hold it.
Yeah, I can hold it.
Yeah, thank you.
So the story is, I know Infernus from I don't know when. I think the garage, the glasses we're drinking from, or the
previous ones. Yes.
Yeah, previous
Garage in
glasses.
Bergen. Yes.
Garage in Bergen. There was a club. They expanded to Oslo as well.
Yes, true.
Before that, they were called So What, and that's where I met Infernus. I don't know, early 90s sometime. Yeah. They opened in 94, so it must have been after that. But yeah, I got this phone call. Can you play some shows for us? And I don't know when this was, or anything. It could have been 2000 something.
Yeah.
At least it was what I remember. Like the energy of the band was that the guys were frustrated because Infernus didn't show up at rehearsals. I came over to Bergen to rehearsals, and Infernus wasn't there. Maybe he came the last day or something. I can't remember.
Was this with Gal?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And King?
Gal and King.
Yeah.
I stayed at the King's place. He was... we had this silly thing going on. I had been... Like, my first girlfriend was from Kolbotn. And... he was like seeing her after me.
Oh, okay.
And they had a child together and shit like that. And in the beginning, I remember he was not into black metal at all. And I remember meeting them out at this garage club actually in Oslo that was called So What.
Yeah.
And they would leave the club because me and Frost came in and stuff, and I think he hated me or something. I remember we were going to Bergen to see Gorgoroth, me and Fenris and some other guys, and this king had proclaimed that he would kill me with axe and knife.
Wow, both.
Yeah, both axe and knife. I said, okay, let's see. I've only seen him being, and he doesn't look all that scary, and he's only into jazz and things, and he was at the same time. I was at the folk high school with the Vortex. He was at the same school with my ex and Dag Nilsen, the bassist from Darkthrone, who was kicked out because he was too wimpy.
Yeah.
And he was equally wimpy in my eyes. So, yeah, I wasn't afraid. And after the Gorgoroth gig, I was there with Dirgerep from Gehenna and Enslaved and Djevel and all those bands. The drummer. And King came over asking for money for beer, and he didn't notice me, and I just gave him €5 for a beer. and after that, he thought I was the coolest guy on earth.
Because
after he wanted to kill me all the way from Oslo. To okay, he gave me
But then
€5.
Yes.
So now you're cool. Yeah. So but anyway, in the end, I ended up staying at his place when I went to rehearse for the Gorgoroth stuff, and we had these. Yeah, it was much drama actually. I don't remember all of it, but much drama, and they were discussing, oh, why isn't Inferno's coming, and King of Hell was making all the riffs for the new stuff, and I didn't like the new stuff even. I thought it was embarrassing to play that stuff, and the fact was before when I said yes or I accepted, I got they sent me like a CD with the set list, and I thought, wow, this is why there's like 2 songs that I like here, and the rest is just super random. And how can I get in the mood on stage playing this shit?
Which album was this, by the way?
I don't know.
When was it?
I don't know. But I think
It's not the album
Procreating Satan was one of the songs from the album.
Okay.
And the song that Einar had made.
Selvik?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So he played drums. So basically on the tour, me and Einar and Gal were like a good threesome hanging out in the hotel room, and the other guys were out shagging prostitutes. No.
Groupies. Groupies.
I don't know.
You need to hold the microphone. I'm so sorry. It's dropping. You just hold it. That's okay.
I'm holding it.
Yep.
I didn't say that. I didn't just say that. But we had this amazing show in Poland.
This is the controversial, well-known one,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, yeah.
The DVD thing?
Yeah.
Wow.
So we had, I don't know if we had played any shows. Yeah, I think we did like a pre-show to Inferno Festival or something like that before this. And then, because I only played like a total of 10 shows with Gorgoroth. But yeah, we were offered to do this DVD thing in Poland, Krakow, I guess.
Yes.
And we also did a show in Warsaw, Warszawa, before that. And I think it was like a TV studio. So, the promoter had done some DVDs before, and we watched them, and it looked totally horrible. It looked like Eurovision Song Contest stage or something, with like lights everywhere and from below, and here and there. So we had to do something to make this look extreme, and suggestions came here and there with lambs' heads and stuff like that. And I think Inferno suggested naked women on crosses, and then I said, naked women on crosses, that's fucking gay. Or I mean, that's that's fucking cheesy, and it's not black metal. We should have both sexes, like both men and women on crosses, and that would be much more disturbing. And Gal said yes, yes, men too. And so that was my idea, to have the men and the women naked on crosses. And we came there, and I remember in Warsaw too, there was, with Gorgoroth, that was a bit disturbing for me. Lots of Nazis coming to the show.
Really?
I don't know why they attract them, but kind of funny. But they were like Sieg Heiling on some of the parts, and in Krakow and the TV studios, Carpathian Forest were playing right before us, and I remember Roger were instructing. He had ordered 2 like fat ladies to dance and be naked, and he was like instructing them before the show. It was pretty funny how to appear and shit. And there was like one place in the whole TV studio where you were allowed to smoke, and everyone was hanging out there, everyone who worked there. And I was inside there smoking during Carpathian Forest set, and everyone was laughing at the fat old ladies, being naked and dancing and shit. But when we came on and there were naked people, and because you had monitors in that room where all people were smoking. Everything that was happening in the main studio. But when we came on with the naked women and men on crosses, and we had ordered lamb's head from the slaughter, but we got so much. We had ordered like, I don't know, 20 or something, but he gave us like 120, so we just put 20 of them on stakes and just piled up the rest underneath the crosses, and so much blood and things, and it probably looked quite extreme. So I guess those were the people to blame, the guys in the smoking room, for why everything escalated. So, and after for the first song, one of the women on crosses fainted. I think 3 of them were like Gorgoroth fans, so they knew what they were going to, but the last ones were just models or whatever. So, and she fainted. So they took both the women off. So the rest of the shows, I would just, whenever I turn around, I would just look straight into a dick. That was probably okay for some of us, but for me it was, I don't know. But it was
that's a memorable show.
Very memorable. And afterwards,
you got a lot of shit for that.
This was in a TV studio. We had access to this. I don't know, all the costumes and shit, and suddenly Natte Frost from Carpathian Forest came out with this Heidi German look-like
dress,
dress, skirt and thing, and all naked and shit, and some Polish woman who was allowed backstage came along and said, "Can I please have? Can I get naked and take pictures with the band, please?" And the boyfriend was like standing next to her. But yeah, okay. And then we had knives and things. And we had this photo session with her in the stairs. And then people who were working there were coming past us. And it probably didn't look all good for them, being all Catholic and shit. And the Pope was from Krakow at that time. And so, we just got out before it came on the news in Poland, and the guy promoting the show was arrested and all that shit. But, I was more... and they were accusing us of... what was that? Like animal abuse. We had just gotten a whole lot of lamb's heads from the slaughter. And so it was just silly, but and I was more concerned. There was lots of people hailing and Sieg Heiling, but no one was complaining about that. It was just because it was blasphemous. It was silly. And I remember in South America, that was my last shows with Gorgoroths, like 7 shows in South America. There was a black guy coming to one of the signing sessions with a swastika band around
on his arm.
Yeah, like a swastika, and I was like, "What the fuck? This is strange." And then we came to Chile later, and there was a guy speaking Swedish there, and he came backstage and he said, "You're Nazis, right?" No, but can I ask you, who are you Nazing against? Oh, it's the guys from Peru. Oh, yeah, okay. So you're black and wearing swastikas, but because you don't like the guys from Peru. And that says everything about Nazis, I think. Yeah.
It's a strange world, man.
It was a bit disturbing, I think, with the Gorgoroth experience that you had like Nazis coming to the shows and like performing their Sieg Heils during their favorite parts and stuff. Because I don't think that belongs in metal. I know the politic thing.
I think much of that comes from the Bursum thing, because he went all,
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I didn't like that about Bursum either.
I don't like the racist thing, because to me that's not the part of it at all.
No, and it's even very stupid. And I think in the beginning, black metal was supposed to be something elite, but thinking that if you're in a room with 1,000 people and 3 of them are white, and thinking that those 3 are the coolest in the room, that's not a very smart thing to.
That's stupid, retarded stuff.
It's just I don't know. It's just a very not elitic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was the time you went out of Gorgoroth then.
Yeah, after that tour, I think it's always after a tour that I quit bands. But after South America, there was this one time in Brazil, because we had like this rider thing with I don't know, like 2 Marshall cabinets each or something, even if only one of them was connected, just for the looks of it.
Of course.
Or maybe 4 or whatever. And the venue didn't have that, but they had like the first choice of amplifiers and all that. And the drum kit was white instead of black. And then Inferno said, "No, they're sabotaging the whole show, and we will not play," and stuff like that. And and we spoke to people outside the venue that had slept in the graveyard for a week before the show, because that was like the safest place to stay.
Oh.
And hitchhiked from halfway across the continent. And he was not going to play the show because the drum kit was white and one of the cabinets was missing, and so stuff like that. I'm
just grew tired of it.
Yeah, because I want to play, for
sure.
for diehard people, and like South America is so it's such a cool experience, and the people are so. There's all this singing before and during the show and after, and you see that this is something extremely special for them and for even for us.
I'm looking forward to go over there.
You should. Yeah. So so there were a couple of these experiences, plus all the Nazi shit. But most importantly, I didn't really enjoy the set list, and they didn't change it ever. And Immortal didn't either. And with Aura Noir, I never want to play. Aura Noir is my band. I never want to play the same set list 2 nights in a row, because it makes it kind of boring for me. And if it's boring for me, it's boring for the people who watches too, I guess.
But remember, each night is the first night for the people who are there.
Even now with YouTube and everything's
That's
changed.
True.
I think
That's
because
true.
people are saying the same thing that you did the day before.
Yeah.
I was kind of embarrassed by that. I think with Immortal that we were just playing the same set list over and over, and even saying the same, pulling the same jokes in between songs. If he was not drunk enough or whatever.
But that's how it goes, Man, a month-long tour. How can you avoid that?
Yeah. we never went to a month-long tour, so we just did like one-off shows. Apart from some USA stuff or Australia, New Zealand. So but I don't know. I'm just like that. I feel that I'm disappointing if I'm
Repeating yourself.
repeating myself, or if I'm too. I don't like to be
predictable.
Predictable. That's my worst fear, being too predictable. That's where I'm wearing.
You're not predictable, man. When you came,
look at my socks. They're not predictable.
I love them. They're like panther shit.
Yeah.
And hey man, when you came here today, I was thinking, this will be like a 1 hour thing if I can pull the words out of this guy. But now the counter is 4 hours plus. So you are not predictable, sir.
Okay. 1 hour now, and 1 next year, and 1 the year after.
Now you have several episodes now. I need to break these ones up because I won't drop anything.
But why can't you? Because I'm missing out on shit. And why don't you ask me something that you're wondering about the old days?
Yeah, but we need to do another one.
Yeah,
we need to start from scratch with blank heads and
fargestifter till.
Yes, you need to come back here, and I will buy another bottle of Fernet. And
it's finished.
Soon.
Okay,
we do good.
Fernet Branca.
I think, we should wrap it up by you telling us about present day and what is coming up for you.
At the moment, I am rehearsing with my first bandmate, Olav from Lamented Souls and Necromantheon and stuff. We're making a doomish metal, doomish thrash metal every Monday, and like without any pressure or anything. We just enjoy spending time together, and we have, I don't know, 20 songs probably. I've lost count. It's just too much. But hopefully we can release some of it soon. And that's it.
That's what you're doing now?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing now. And like we probably mentioned, Noir is not... it's not dead. It's just...
resting.
And soon coming up, me and Carmichael are playing a cover of Deathlike Silence.
Will you release that?
I don't know. Probably not. I've been listening to it. The drums are...
Do you have the recording with you?
The drums are insane. No, I haven't. We haven't tried it. The drums are insane, and I will... My drums will be too nice, I think, to release it, but it's just inspirational for us to be able to play it.
Before we go, can you just... I have to do this because we all love Darkthrone.
Mm-hmm.
Give us a brief story and telling about your cooperation with them, because I know that you have been singing on a couple of those albums.
Yes.
One final story for the guys here.
I have been asked to sing on... The first one was on... Was it Plague Wielder? That was me and Sverre that I've been talking about, that we recorded Merciless with from Audio Pain. We did this Command song.
Yeah, true.
In Toten with the TNT dude and stuff.
Studio.
Playing Crockett in the breaks, and not so much to... that was just a few seconds, not much to tell about that one. And the second time was Hate Them, I guess. What is the song called? Hate is the Law.
Okay.
I sang a song with Fenris. Like we sang I sang the first verse. He sings the second verse, and stuff. I can't remember what the song is called. Is it? You have the phone?
Yeah.
But I mean, there's not so much to tell. I've been friends with the Darkthrone since '94 or something. I wish I had been friends since I was in junior high when I first knew about them. But I was a couple of years younger, and I've never been much of an outgoing guy who would walk up to people and say, "Hey, so you're into metal? So am I." I remember, like, even the first time when I started going out to Elm Street and stuff, I would see Fenris there, and I would never go up to him. I would wait until he came up to me,
Yeah.
and he did eventually. And he used to call me Ola. No, Hans. We had silly Norwegian names for each other in the beginning. So I was like Hans, and we had silly Pakistani names for each other, and we had so I was Gympose and Rashid or something, and Aldran was Omar Slåbrok, stuff like that. So yeah. Never been into walking up to people, but yeah. Finally, so that's maybe something for you guys out there.
Yeah.
If you really want something, just hang around. And
Wait for it.
Wait for it. Stay close.
Don't push it.
Yeah, but
Ted actually told me something once when I was talking to him. We had some beers at his town, and he mentioned you. I will tell you that thing after we stop this.
oh yeah, I remember him coming up to me with the Satyr once, because I have been humming a Satyr song in the wrong way
Aha.
while his Satyr's girlfriend had been listening. So they came up to me and Fenris and said, "So I heard you've been humming a Satyricon tune in an unfavorable way."
Man.
So, okay.
Oh, wow.
It was that one, and it's not even Satyricon, it's Wen, I think. But I think his girlfriend was like really amazed. "Wow, I can play that, man." And I had been humming it in an unfavorable way. So he came up to me the week after. Me and Fenris were out drinking, and him and Ted came up, and yeah. But no, there was no drama. I think I backed out.
Oh, that's good.
But it was quite serious back in those days.
Of course, man.
But that's probably why we love to do all the desecrations and stuff secretly. Me and Carmichael had this Ice Troll band. A band called Ice Troll. That we did in the breaks during Noir rehearsals. So we had these songs. I remember the first song was called "Ravnen flyr over Galdhøpiggen, mens Odin dreper Gud på Galdhøpiggen." So,
Catchy.
Yeah. It was supposed to be not so catchy, but yeah. And very like Storm, parodic version of Storm and Isengard and stuff.
Oh, yeah. Yep, the Fenris stuff.
Yeah, but I like the Fenris stuff, but someone took it a bit too far. But who knows? Only Jah.
Okay, man.
Are we wrapping it up?
I think we are.
Okay.
We have several more bottles to empty here.
Thank you.
And Hey man, this is basically the longest sit I have had during this podcast thing.
Well, I'm embarrassed.
Where are we? We're at 4 hours and 11 minutes now.
Can I edit it?
You want to?
Yeah.
Hey man, Ole Jørgen, Apollyon, thank you very much. Thank you. Have you been enjoying yourself a little bit?
Not so much.
Not so
Yeah,
much.
but enjoying. I'm enjoying the company and stuff. I'm
Thank
just not enjoying my own voice. But hey, that's how it goes.
All right, man. Talk later.
Talk to you later.
For Mork concert booking, contact Alexander at doomstarbookings.com.